Hey Fit Beauty babes, and welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica Fit Beauty. If you're new, welcome. I really hope that you will become a part of my family. Subscribe to my channel. Also make sure you like my videos. I'm seeing my views grow, but I'm not seeing a lot of extra likes, so give me that thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Heck, even give me a thumbs down. I want to know. So today I am here because I'm going to be reviewing the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. I know there has been so much controversy on this, but I have to say I don't necessarily agree with it. So if you guys want to see this review, I'm not going to do swatches. I'll leave that to Stephanie Nicole. I'll make sure I link her video down below. But if you guys want to see this video, how I also created this great fall look, go ahead and watch. So let's go ahead and jump right on into this. I know that there has been so much controversy surrounding the Anastasia Subculture palette, but I kind of want to talk to you guys about this because honestly, so many high-end shadows are very pigmented like that, and they are a whole lot more like a pressed pigment, which is what this is. I honestly did not find that there was a ton of fallout, but I don't sit there and really dig into any palette unless it's super hard packed like a Morphe palette. For example, a Morphe palette is a much less expensive made palette. It's not highly pigmented. It is good and a very workable palette. So if you're new to learning how to blend shadows, it's very easy to start with it and get that nice transition shade. With this though, it's more about packing on a color. So if you've ever used a pigment of any sort, you know that if you over blend it, it'll start getting really patchy. So let's go ahead and just jump right on into this. I'm going to show you the look that I created with this that everybody said, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful on my Snapchat. And if you're a Snapchat fam, you know, I post things there, and I posted this look and everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I love it. So I wanted to share and recreate that look with you guys right now. First up, I'm going to prime my eyes, and this has become like my favorite primer right now. It is by Tarte. It is the Lid Lock in the color Buff, and I just love the way that this glides on my eyes. It doesn't leave it oily and it doesn't leave it too dried out. And disclaimer right here, I am very dry skin, so and that's like happened recently over the last year. I never used to be so dry, and I'm finding myself more and more dry as I'm getting older. So yay me. I'm going to first go in with the color Dawn using a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this right into the crease of my eye. And now I'm going to go into the color Tamed, and I'm just going to dip another blending brush. This is actually more of a pencil blending brush. They call it the pencil brush. It's by Royal & Nicole, and I'm going to show you guys right here. It is a clean brush, so there is nothing on it. Don't mind my burn mark right there. Okay, and I'm just going to tap it into this palette. Literally, that is all you need, and there's so much pigmentation on this. So now I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying it into the crease of the eye. Look at that. That is so much pigmentation, and I even tapped it off. So I'm just going to lightly blend it. The biggest problem with this palette that so many people had is I feel like they over blended it. And this is just one of those things. It's just what you're used to. So you definitely do have to use this palette a little bit differently. Here, and this time I'm going to pat it on to the crease. So this is how we're going to start building up the color a little bit more without continuing to go over it and create a big mess. You guys can see I'm kind of patting it rather than creating a swirling motion. Let's do that again. Just tap it in once and go in here and just kind of pat it in. And you can see the color's really starting to build. If I want to blend out the edges, I go back in with this and just windshield wiper it out just on the edges, really not touching over any other space that I was on. And then I'm going to go back in with my pencil brush. And I still have some color on there of the Destiny. I'm just going to keep kind of building it up a little bit with tapping motions rather than windshield wiper motions. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a smaller pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with the color Untamed. Tap my brush in it. Again, you don't need much. And we're just going to start building this color up by tapping the color into the crease. It will kind of look messy and start getting a little scary looking. Don't worry about that. We will get there. This is about slowly building. And just keep building up that color. Now I'm going to go in with electric, and electric is this very like metallic-y, funky color, and I'm actually going to apply it with my finger. I can tell you right now, in general, when I apply things with my finger that are like this type of shade or consistency, it applies much easier and lasts and looks better than it does if I apply it with a brush. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it onto my eyelid. And I'm just going to kind of keep building it up. And then I'm going to go in with the color Adorn. And again, I'm going to use my finger. And I'm going to apply it more in this little section here. And I'm kind of cross blending it into electric. So that way electric kind of just graduates into this color. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up this eye off of camera, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. I went ahead and added lashes, winged liner, and you guys can see the completed look here. Guys, so let's go ahead and give you my final thoughts on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. I didn't swatch it. I didn't do any of that because honestly to me, swatches mean so little. I love swatches just to kind of see the color, but in the same fact of how it's going to work on the eye is not the same as actually using it on the eye. I can attest for the fact that I work for Lancome, and Lancome shadows, some of them have a lot of fallout or kickback if you go and you pound the brush into the palette. Now, I do know that a lot of people said the first few lots of this palette were very much more able to have the fallout. I cannot say that for sure. I personally went to Ulta, swatched it on myself, and was blown away, and that's when I chose to pick up the palette for myself. And I highly suggest to you to check it out yourself. Walk into Sephora, walk into Ulta, walk into Macy's, swatch it for yourself, play around with it, see if it's something that would work for you. You definitely do have to be able to be a little more patient with this palette. This is not a palette I would suggest for the lady on the go who needs something quick. This definitely needs a little bit more work, and you also have to be willing to apply it with more of a patting motion versus a hard blending motion, because this is very much like a pigment. And as a matter of fact, Anastasia did come out and say that this was a pressed pigment. It was something different. They're very revolutionary. It's like when their Dip Brow first came out. Nobody liked it. Essentially, they didn't know how to work with it, and then fast forward a few years later and it was a revolutionary product. So all in time, all in learning how to use products is super crucial if you even want to learn products. If you're a woman on the go and you're not an artist and you're not somebody who wants to be makeup obsessed and learn more about different applications, this palette is definitely not for you. If you're an artist and you want something unique for your kit, I highly suggest this palette. I think it's beautiful. I just think that you have to be willing to work with it. So if you're looking for something quick, not a go. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys my opinions. I know it's a little bit late on the whole subculture gate confusion that was running around. So with that said, that is it for this review. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, make sure you let me know down in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video. I'm seeing my views growing and I love that, but liking my video really, really helps me. So I would be greatly appreciated for that. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we'll be seeing you soon. Bye.